Trying to go for a more professional look. Slowly but surely things are coming together. I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of Penny Stock Talk Live. I want to welcome you guys back to another episode. Appreciate y'all being here. K. Harvey, Travie, thank you guys for being here. Let me post this on Twitter that we are in the building. Yeah, we got I got a guy coming tomorrow to help me with the lighting and everything like that. The lighting is still kind of fucked up. I'm trying to get it together because, like I said, I'm just not ready to have guests on yet, man. I thought this week I'd be ready to have some guests on, but the setup, man, was messing up and stuff. I'm not ready yet, and I'm not trying to have anybody go run around saying, you know, it's kind of bad over there. And you see the green screen still kind of messing up a little bit. So we working on that, though. We working on that. We working to step that up. We working to step that up. Yeah, it's supposed to be capturing my head. It's like a program where it's like it follows my width of my body. But I'm actually going to put up the green screen tomorrow. The green screen is going to come up tomorrow. YouTube. We are broadcasting live on YouTube. Someone told me to name this show Investors Nightly. Name it Investors Nightly. So we got people slowly coming into the room, still a little early. The markets were down all around, guys. The markets were down all around, whether you were a penny stock investor, trader, or you do the big caps. The market was down all around. The market had no sympathy for anyone who was trading today. Very tough day. Very, very tough day on the markets. Some of the stocks that you guys had presented, you know, unfortunately didn't do so well today. I keep track on all of them because everything you guys bring up, I know you've done your own research the best way you know how. So I look for opportunity wherever I can find it. But nothing really popped off. Nothing really popped off. I mean, the pain was being felt all across the internet today, or I would say the investment landscape. The only stock I made money today was in MUX. You guys know I've been pushing that stock, McEwen Mining, because what that CEO said that by the time he passes away, he wants his company, which has his name on it, to be trading on the S&P 500. And sometimes you can tell when a man is saying something with conviction and he really believes it. Okay, this thing is acting up again. So I believe, all right, I'm just going to get rid of this bullshit if he keeps doing that. I believe what he's saying. I believe what he's saying, and I believe he's going to make it happen. I believe what he's saying, and I believe he's going to make it happen. So, other than that, I mean, practically, again, like I said, every other stock that was put up was down. Every other stock that was put up was down. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some stocks up. I'm talking about the stocks that were put up yesterday here in our chat room. For the most part, most of them were down. And if this ghetto ass background doesn't keep acting up, I'm going to just get rid of the background. I'm going to get rid of the background for a little bit. I'm going to get rid of the background for a little bit. Until we figure out how to get it right. I'm going to get rid of the background for a little bit. Until I figure out how to get it right. Yeah, man. Until I figure out how to get it right, I'm going to just let it go for right now. I'm going to let it go for right now. 305-600-2896 is the number. 305-600-2896 is the number. If you want to call into the show, have something to say. Make sure my Skype is up and running so we can get calls tonight. Okay, got the audio settings. Speaker settings working fine. Beautiful, beautiful. Everything is up and running. Everything is up and running. Yes, Givo did do well, Cruz. Givo did do well. I saw that. I actually kind of regret I should have bought it on that dip. I should have bought it on that dip. I watched Givo live hit 62. I watched Givo hit 62. And after that, it came down, and I should have bought in. I should have bought in. I should have bought in. So I'm looking for an opportunity to get in there on Givo because something is going on. And Cruz, are you the one with the information on what's happening there? On what's the exact expectation? MNKD. Oh, damn, that's a nice chart. MNKD, it's got a very safe 20-day chart, very progressive 7-day chart. And the last 3 days have been really nice. What's going on there? Who put MNKD in there? Travi, what's going on with MNKD? Where's this volume coming from? Huge. Somebody bought in real huge today at the end of the bell. I mean, they bought in, how many shares is that? 2.22 million shares. Came in damn near 355, 350. So somebody knows something. Somebody knows something. Very nice volume. I like that. Something's going on there. Oh, okay, okay. Jake, I like to go long. I like to go long, Jake. I can hold anywhere between a week to 2 weeks. Sometimes longer. But preferably a week to 2 weeks. A week to 2 weeks. I've been really following the guy who's working with Tim Sykes. He goes by the name Superman. I read his plays, you know, when he posts his trades and whatnot. And one thing you notice is that his trades are typically a week and a half. And if you compare him to all the other traders who have newsletters on Profitly, he's got the largest profit per trade. His profit per trade is nearly $8,000 a trade. He also has nearly half of the trades that Tim Grittani has. For example, right now, Tim Grittani has over 5,000. He's made over 5,000 trades. 5,000 trades. Paul has more money than him and has made nearly 60% less or fewer trades because he holds a lot longer. K. Harvey, Sal, when is earnings coming out? Earnings comes out for CETX. If it's not July, it's August. I believe it's August. I believe it's August. I believe it's August. But I'm looking for a nice little bump up on CETX. Then I'll come back in. I'll get out and then I'll come back in. But I want a nice little, just a little bit more on that. We lost some today. Thank God I evened out my account a little bit because MUX was up. MUX was up. So I evened out my account a little bit. Thank God I didn't pull the trigger on VMEM. I was really excited about that yesterday toward the end of the show. And I watched that this morning. I don't know if you guys paid attention to it. That shit crashed. That shit crashed. My short in CTBO is going well. My short in CTBO is going well. Trav, you think VMEM will rebound? I hope so. I hope so. I mean, I'm still thinking about it because I'm thinking this might be an opportunity here to get it under $1 because, like I said, it was over $1 yesterday. So if I could get a quick 25 cents, if I could think I can get back in here Monday morning and get me a quick 25 cents by Wednesday, Thursday of next week, I will do that. I will definitely do that. So I'm not counting it out. I'm not counting it out. It's just that if I had jumped in the way I was thinking about jumping, I'll be down today. So I like buying stocks when they're down. I like buying stocks when they're down, but they've been in a strong uptrend. And this stock has been on a strong uptrend. And we're at support now when you look at the chart. When you look at the VMEM chart, we're at support. So if it holds this price, I would definitely jump all over it. They were here on the 16th. They were here on the 20th. And now we're back here Friday on the 24th. In between those times, the stock has risen anywhere between 22 to 25 cents on the upside when it hit this price level. K. Harvey, you said you bought 750 shares of SCON? Yeah, I'm in SCON deep myself. I'm in SCON deep myself because why not? It's not, and SCON is SCON, by the way. SCON. It's one of those kind of safe little companies that isn't doing much right now, but nobody's selling. And if you lay some money down, you can wake up and you can actually be reassured that your stock is not going to crash. Let me go ahead and email some people here, let them know we in the room. No, I have not touched really on the Brexit. I'm trying to figure out what exactly this means to us here on the small cap, side of the investing world. Because when I look at the shares we deal with, the stocks we deal with, I don't see really why they were affected so much today. Now I can see why stocks like CETX, which has significant global operations, but other stocks, like NVCN or Gevo, they had no reason to be down today. They had no reason to be down today at all. Gevo was actually up a little bit. Gevo was up a little bit. I got an email from a guy by the name of Aquino Williams, and he said he's got a stock that's going to rise up $2. And he said it was SKUL. Now this is a stock that was hot back in the day because they had a million versions of headphones out there. But for the most part, it hasn't done anything. But it jumped today. It had a really huge gap up. I didn't even bother to check out the news. Not because I don't think it's going to keep going higher, but it's just one of those stocks where I just feel like I can get more for my money somewhere else. Travi brought up TGD. TGD. Timmons Gold Corp. This is a good play for a stock like this. This is a good play for a stock like this. $120 million market cap. $120 million market cap. Trading very cheap. Very responsive to the price of gold. Does anybody have a ticker for a gold ETF? I believe this stock is very responsive to the price of gold. Very responsive to the price of gold. Very responsive to the price of gold. AG, K Harvey, AG, GDX, TVIX. That's a very nice run at 1307. 313, you're on the air. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Detroit.
What's good, man? What up, though?
Chilling, man. What's going on? I'm watching a live broadcast, I'm hoping.
Appreciate for calling. Yes, we are definitely live. What's your name, by the way, man?
I'm real weak.
Okay. You got a stock for us to talk about?
Yeah, TVIX, man. I'm messing with TVIX, and hold on, let me turn this down. Let me mute that. Yeah, I'm dealing with TVIX. You know what I'm saying? It's a
okay.
ETF.
Okay.
And basically, it goes off the market. You know, when it's a bad market like today,
okay.
with all of the news that's going on across teams.
Okay.
It does some good things, you know.
Okay.
And
now what got you into this stock? What brought you to this?
Well, I mean, I did it. To be honest with you, it's just the search. You know what I'm saying? I've been searching stocks because I got burnt with a few penny stocks.
Okay.
So I'm looking to get into stocks that, you know, somewhere still in the penny stock range, but have a little bit more solid history, you know?
Okay.
Something that, you know, I can invest in, you know, not lose as much.
Okay. You're basically looking for stocks that are not that risky, basically. Basically,
okay. Yep. And this stock in particular, I've been trading for almost a year now, you know, and like days like today when it's just terrible news and the NASDAQ is down, you know, it does well, and that's basically it. You know, I just wait for something to happen like that. And I'm also in NEIK. That's a penny stock.
NEIK. That sounds familiar. North Star Electronics. 2 cents. NEIK.
It's a pretty decent one too. You know, I did the paperwork, looking into their paperwork. They're not too bad, but they just have like gaps. You know,
There's not a lot of volume coming in and out of the stock, but
exactly.
I mean, I would have to look into it. I have no idea what this company does, or is this a NASDAQ trader? Is this a NASDAQ company here?
I don't. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know that much.
Okay.
I don't know that much about it, but I have made a little bit of money off of it.
Okay.
I caught a bounce from 1 cent to 7 cents.
Okay.
And you know, just my entry point on this stock is like I wait till it gets down to like 1 cent.
Okay.
And you know, I invest a little bit of money, and sometimes it'll bounce, you know, and I've caught it one time when it went all the way to 7. So you know, that's basically it, man. I wanted to shout you out, brother, man. I'm loving what you're doing. I've been watching your videos for a long time, even before you stepped it up, you know, cause right now, bro, you stepped it up, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the professionalism about everything you're doing now. And I just wanted to give you a shout out. That's all. That's why I called in. I said, man, I got to call my boy Sal, man.
Much respect, man. Much respect, man.
Shout out, man. So
much respect,
all, man. And just a shout out to all the rest of the traders that's following you, and you know, keep it up, man. And I'm riding with you. You know what I'm saying? So
thank you, man. Keep watching.
Man.
I appreciate it.
You have a great weekend too. You heard?
Thank you. You as well, man.
All right, peace, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate that caller, man. It's always good getting love from home. Always cool to get some love from home. You know what I'm saying? Always good to get love from home. Yeah, man, I'm just trying to step it up, guys. Just trying to step it up and just reach my potential on here, because the fact of the matter is, man, I know you guys are frustrated by the way you know, people talk about stocks online, man. It's not entertaining. It's not, for the most part, understandable for a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's corny. You know what I mean? It's corny. So I thought doing this was be a way that I can just give somebody and give people, you know, something different. Something different, man. Something different. GDX. Robert, what do you like about GDX? What do you guys like about GDX? Because I've seen this posted in the chat room quite a bit. And GDX isn't a penny stock, but, you know, it is going places, so I know why it would capture you guys' eyes. But it's not necessarily a penny stock. But I can understand in troubled times, like the dude who just called, these ETFs that are commodity related, because that's what he was in, was a commodity related ETF. In times like this, a lot of people want to jump on and invest in those companies because those are very safe places to invest. Those are very, very safe places to invest. So what you guys are doing is great, man. What you guys are doing is great. Do we have any dividend investors in here? I know most of us in here are all mostly penny stock traders. But there are people who's, you know, if you're willing to take a long-term view, I mean, you can get some money off that dividend income. You know, that's kind of a turtle race, but yeah, Robert, you're right. Robert, you're 100% right. If people do decide that, hey, you know, Britain got out, Germany is going to be next. Germany is going to be next. Those people in Germany are tired of what's going on there. Germany brought in over 500,000 people from Syria, Iraq, Iran, and these people have moved into their country. And what's been happening lately is, if you've been watching the news, they have literally forced the government of Germany to segregate their public gyms by sex, because the Arab men are starting fights at the gym because they believe that they should not be allowed to work out in front of women. And they believe that the women working out around them is testing their religion. These people are not moving to those countries in Europe to assimilate to European lifestyle. They are taking their mother ways of living and bringing it to Europe. And it's not working. You got a lot of people that are getting angry. And for those people who are in those ETFs, those commodity-based ETFs, you're doing the right thing. Gold, silver, platinum, hell, copper. I didn't even know you can invest in copper. You can actually buy copper bars. I thought you could only buy gold and silver bars. You can buy copper bars. They sell them on eBay. Let me see here. We got another email. Guy said ADVT. What about ADVT does he like? ADVT. Okay, so that was basically a pump. ADVT. Yeah, that was basically a pump. That was basically a pump. I'm not feeling that. Shout out to whoever said they got that Foos 4. Okay, Common Sense, you got that Foos 4 2 DVD. I hope you didn't pay for it, brother, because you could have got it for free. I was watching the stocks Mr. Lloyd had put up. WM, let me see, what was that again? WMIH, that was down. GSAT, that was down. CLNT, that was down. So, Mr. Lloyd, if you can watch it, man, 3 days in a row, man, things haven't been so good, brother. But we're all learning. We're all learning. You know? Things haven't been so good. But what you guys know about that MUX, man? MUX has been cash money. Cash money. Is it best to invest in penny stocks over options? Brandon, man, that's, you know, I like penny stocks because, I mean, there's so much more of an advantage to it. Similar to options too. I don't understand options. You know, you don't have to put up everything up front, and options does kind of give you the opportunity to back away from the trade if you want, if it's not going your way. But I don't really understand options, man. I don't really get it. I like penny stocks. It's very easy. I think it's easier than options. I believe to get all the information on the penny stock is a lot easier because many of these companies, like Tim Sykes says, they only have 2 or 3 products, sometimes even 1. Many of them are in very easy to understand industries and businesses. Options, I don't, I feel like options is just so up in the air. You know what I mean? But I mean, you decide what works best for you. Jonathan, you talked about UVXY. He's saying that he wished he had bought some. UVXY, for whatever reason. Let me see here. Okay, so UNXY, for whatever reason, E-Trade doesn't want to give us the chart. Let's look at it somewhere else. UNXY. Is that a penny stock? I mean, a OTC? UNXL, another stock we have been talking about, that was down just a little bit. Just a little bit. This is a slow day for UNXL. I wouldn't count them out yet. Wouldn't count them out yet. I wouldn't count them out yet. So I'm going to keep watching UNXL. Oh, ETF? Okay. That's probably why it wasn't pulling up. Locked a 3% out of it, but couldn't sell though. Cruz, I'm actually doing CBIS. CBIS was one of those stocks that when the whole everything cannabis was super hot, that stock was on fire. But Cruz, if you look at the 20-day, you look at the 7-day, you look at what it did today, CBIS is on a clear trend going in the wrong direction. So, that's a situation where the only thing that's going to stop this is some kind of potential, new product or news or something like that that can stop that slide. But CBIS is not going in the right direction. That stock is not going in the right direction. Let me look at, is there any news coming out there? And CBIS, yeah, it's one of those companies that puts out so much damn news, and it's just stuff that's not even relevant for the most part. And that's what got hemp caught up. That's what got hemp caught up. HEMP. For those of you guys who don't know, the people behind HEMP got charged with securities fraud. They got charged with securities fraud. For whatever reason, the stock was up 24% today. The stock was up 24% today. HEMP. The stock went up 1 penny on nearly 100% gain in volume. And, investors still believe in it. I don't know how when the CEO gets arrested, but 732, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Charles, what's going on? This is Nick. I'm calling from Jersey.
What's going on, Nick, man? What you got for us?
Hey, listen, been checking out your videos on YouTube. I like what you got going on. I'm sure, like the rest of us, I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. We all appreciate it. And I was just curious, do you happen to do individual one-on-one training sessions?
Yeah, unfortunately, man, I don't. I really, that's just not, I can't promise you that I would give you what I know someone else who, does it for a living would give you. So I'm not interested in taking people's money if I know I'm not going to give them 100%. You know what I mean? So that's just me being honest. So I always think when people want individual training, there are tons of people out here who are more than happy to, get one-on-one and really start you off from the basics. And, I would suggest you rather go in that direction.
All right. And listen, so I'm just starting to get into the whole penny stocks, and educating myself. And one of the things that I'm curious about is let's say you open an account on E-Trade. What's the biggest difference between the type of accounts, right? Like, let's say, why would you want to have a margin account over an individual cash account?
Well, I mean, if you want to be able to short stocks, you would definitely.
That's the only way to do it.
Right. That's the only way to be able to do it. And obviously, you're going to have to apply, and they ask you a couple questions. How experienced are you with it? You always want to, say that you've got significant experience, even though you don't, because what they've been doing now is that if you answer honestly, like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm learning this, they tend to ban people almost indefinitely. There's no timetable for you to be able to come back and say, hey, I've learned, and so they've been pretty harsh on that for that reason. But you always want to be able to have a margin, just because even though you don't want to do it now, a year, 2 years from now, it's something you might want to look into.
Right. Well, and that was going to be my next question. So, let's say you start off with an individual, cash account. Mm-hmm. Can you change it at any point in time to a margin account?
Yes, you can.
You can. Okay.
Yes, you can. Because signing up for a margin is a process within the platform, whatever it is you're using. So, everybody starts off cash. You decide whether or not to move forward and have a cash account. Other brokers like Interactive Brokers, they ask you all that up front. The other brokers, Option House, Scott Trade, all of them, I think you do have to actually call in and get that started.
Right. Okay. All right, cool. Well, listen, do you do these webinars daily?
Yes, man. I'm going to be doing them Monday through Friday, and otherwise, unless something comes up. But Monday through Friday from pretty much 8 to 11 or 8 to midnight, depends on what we do.
That's Eastern time?
That is correct. That's Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome. All right. Well, listen, it was nice to speak to you. Nice to meet you. And I'm sure if I have questions, I'll be calling in and talking to you again.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling.
All right. Thanks for everything you're doing, Sal. Take care.
All right. Take care. Yeah, guys, you always want to try and get that margin account eventually. And don't apply for it too early if you don't have the money for it. Because one of the things that they do on a margin account when you set up the application or submit the application is, of course, they look at the balance in your account. And, if the money ain't there, no matter really what you say on that, you could get banned for life, man. In fact, I think we had a caller on episode 3 when he was talking about, I don't know if you guys remember that guy. He was talking about how they wouldn't letting him start trading on margin because when he first applied, he was honest and said that he didn't know what he was doing. And typically the question goes something like this. Have you ever traded on margin before? And then the selection is experienced, beginner, intermediate, something like that. So you want to choose experience for everything. You want to choose experience for everything. Jake, I haven't tried Robinhood. I played with it today. I kind of like how they're able to connect to your bank and everything. I thought that was real slick. They have my bank up there and everything. I thought that was real slick. But man, if you can't short and then I can't see level 2, level 2 is very, very important. For those of you guys who've been trading long enough to remember KBIO with what's his name, Martin Shkreli, remember that guy? He still makes videos here and there. If you didn't have level 2, your account could have been blown out the water if you were short, or if you were long, you wouldn't know what the hell was going on. DC Ambitions, what's the biggest return I've ever had and how many shares did you buy? The biggest return I ever had as a promoter was 3,700%. It settled at 3,300% for the day. It was a ticker called CTTG. Some people in here probably remember it. I still got the videos up of it. And you can Google CTTG and you can see, some other stuff about it that was just floating around at the time. Yeah, overnight I made the CEO literally a millionaire overnight. His stock went from like 74,000 to damn near 14 to something million dollars. We went from 0010 to like 4 cents over 3 days. Something ridiculous like that. Should have asked for way more money than I did. But I didn't know it was going to explode that much. But at the time, I kind of struck out because, well, actually in a good way, because it It was called Canadian Tactical Training Group. And they had these videos on YouTube, I think they still do, somewhere floating around, where they were doing these, you know, home raids. It was kind of one of those anti-terrorism plays. So the time was just, you know, perfect for the subject matter and what people were looking for. So what other things were hot today? In fact, let me go to thestreet.com. Thestreet.com biggest gainers. Thestreet.com biggest gainers. I like that their screen that they put up because they have the NYSE, NASDAQ, Amex all in one screen. I can just scroll down and look at them all. And they tend to pick up a lot of things that aren't even in Yahoo Finance. RLJ Entertainment. That was really interesting to see them up today. RLJE Entertainment. That's that one. RLJE. That's Robert Johnson's company. For those of you guys who don't know, that's the guy who used to own BET. But the stock hasn't pretty much been dead. But, you know, it hasn't really done anything. So that's why I've been like, eh. But, yeah, that's Bob Johnson's company, the guy who used to own BET. Owns a ton of hotels all around the country now. But, yeah, it is a publicly traded company. So a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. You want to know, how does the UK leaving Europe affect us? Well, it affects us a lot of ways. You know, the value of our money. And more importantly, it affects us, our financial institutions doing business internationally. Because if their cost of doing business rises like any other institution or business, they will translate that cost to their customers and increasing the price of their services, goods. So, you know, so yeah, I mean, Britain leaving, you know, is a big deal. It's a big deal. Very big deal. ARAM. Whenever you guys post tickers, make sure to, you know, to capitalize it, so we know you're talking about a ticker. ARAM. ARAM. Is that? What is ARAM? Oh, that's the guy's name. Okay. Because I'm looking for ARAM. I'm like, what is that? So what else was up today? BioStar Pharmaceuticals was up 30%. BSPM has come on my radar a couple times. BSPM has come on my radar a couple times. BSPM was pretty much dead up until this month. And, you know, volume has been pretty consistent in BSPM. Do we have any investors of BSPM in here? Volume has been pretty consistent. But when volume declines, like any stock, the stock goes down. But this one, it goes down hard. And it's very sensitive to news. Very, very sensitive to news. And it took a lot of investors for a ride today. BSPM. Took quite a number of investors for a ride. Oh, what's going on, Aaron? Yeah, I was looking for your name like a damn ticker. I was looking for your name like a damn ticker. Let me see here. Somebody had brought up staff yesterday, STAF, and I said, man, that company's not doing anything. And then it shows up on the biggest gainer list. That's why I love this show, man. A lot of the stocks we talk about end up on the biggest gainers. Somebody brought up STAF yesterday. If I remember who you are, man, you deserve a little award. You ain't getting no money. Whoever brought up STAF. Whoever brought up STAF. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Stock was up 10% today. Stock was up 10% today. Actually touched up a lot higher. But so many people who had been in the stock all week, they took advantage of that and dumped. They took advantage of that and dumped. The stock still ended up for the day, but this was a stock that touched damn near $2.80. Yeah, the stock was practically up almost 100%. Right? Yeah. Damn near almost 100%. Just took a lot of people for a ride. That's why it's so dangerous to chase these stocks sometimes. Robert, you're saying what do I still think of S? I still think Sprint is a great company. I like Sprint right now. Today was a hard day for Sprint, and here's why. Sprint was down hard today because its parent company has significant operations in Europe. The majority stakeholder in Sprint, I'm going to let you Google it and look into them, but they've got significant operations overseas. And when we're talking about a company like Sprint, this is a $17 billion company, so you've got a lot of funds in here. You've got a lot of, investment banking operations involved in this stock. High net worth clients. So, a lot of mom and pop investors. They're reading CNBC. They think the world is going down. So, yeah. But you've got to understand, it's just one day. And, look what's been going on for the last 3-4 days in the stock. Look what's been going on for the last couple days in the stock. So all these gains will be recovered. There's no doubt in my mind, this time next week, Sprint will be back in the 440s. No doubt in my mind. Once all this Brexit stuff calms down, and people realize the sun is still going to go up, rain is still going to fall, and you still got to go back to work tomorrow, the stock will be up. Let me see here. You know, this website, I've never really looked into it. But they say they're legit. But I'm so suspicious of these .coms. Support.com, SPRT. Support.com. They basically offer, you know, call center operations for companies. SPRT. Quest for knowledge. Do I know of any IPOs on the horizon? Check out NASDAQ.com. They've got a calendar of IPOs. You can actually look up that on NASDAQ.com. They have a calendar. Let me see here. You can go on NASDAQ.com and pull that right up. Let me see here. SEC filings. You can actually pull that up. 678. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Jackie, and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
How you doing, Jackie?
I'm good. I've been watching you for so long, and I just started doing this penny stock.
Okay.
Well, it's just one company, and I know you were telling us about the drug industry, and it's just this one company, MJNA.
Yeah, this is a marijuana-based company. Actually, I like them because they actually have, you know, legitimate earnings and things like that. They actually have legit operations.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about, let me see here. Let me look at. Now, you know, there hasn't been much going on. Obviously, I can see from the chart.
At all. At all.
You know, trading at this level. Now, what got you excited about them? What is it that you like about this, you know, this company?
Well, because I'm thinking one day the Congress is going to vote for marijuana to be legal.
Sure.
So I got into that one. That's why.
Well, I think it's a great play. I think there are better marijuana stocks out there. Honestly, companies that are a little bit better positioned. I would look at TRTC.
Wait, say that again.
Sure, TRTC.
Okay.
TerraTech, they've got, you know, significantly better operations in terms of on the ground selling, you know, to the people. MJNA, it's been a minute since I've actually looked into that, so I would have to look at the books and seeing where their operations are at now. But I mean, looking at the chart right now, you know, it's not very nice what I see. And if legalization were to come up, I don't believe that they have, you know, the footing on the ground to really benefit from that kind of news, like, you know, some of the other stocks do.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you, and I listen to you and follow your videos every single day.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I definitely want to get a lot more people, you know, to watch, and I appreciate having a lady, you know, watching, and it's definitely good to see.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all your help, too.
Not a problem. Call anytime.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Yeah, so that was good getting a call. That was good getting a call. We got a lady watching. MJNA, I haven't heard about them in a while. You know, that was, again, one of those companies that during the whole marijuana hype, they benefited a lot from that hype. But now you actually got to come out and show some kind of, you know, wherewithal to survive. And from what I know, they haven't really been doing a good job of doing that. Matter of fact, let me go and take a look at MJNA real quick. Because I don't, like I said, I gave her TRTC. TRTC, I believe, is better positioned to take advantage of marijuana, legislation. Okay. Let's look at the filings here. They put out a quarter report just last month. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. 1.5 million. Current assets of 10.9. Hold on. Hemp Meds Brazil. See, they're putting assets. They're labeling the assets at 216 million. But the value of those investments are trivial at best. They have one business investment they call Hemp Meds Brazil, and they're saying it's worth $140 million. I would want to know where are you getting 140 million? Because I know marijuana is definitely not legal in Brazil. Nor is it, able to be sold, as a medicinal drug. So I would want to know where are they getting that valuation. And they're trading at a level right now, being that they trade on OTC markets, they're trading in the pink market. OTC pink, which is the lowest level on OTC markets. So at that level, you do not have to submit, what's it called again? When you have the accountant actually have to sign off on it. When you have to have an SEC chartered accountant signed off on it. I forgot what that's called. Somebody can help me out with that. But the financials that they put out doesn't have to be co-signed by an SEC chartered accountant. That's dangerous. So if you're still watching, I would take my MGNA money and go into a different direction. I would take my MGNA money and go into a different direction. Because just glancing at the 10K, I don't like what I see. I offered you TRTC because they're trading at what's called the OTCQX. The OTCQX is the highest level that you can trade on the OTC market. That level of trading requires intense amount of transparency. Intense amount of transparency. Companies that trade on the OTCQX are basically borderline waiting to get into the NASDAQ. That's how people look at the OTCQX. Many of the other stocks on the OTCQX, they tend to be banks, savings and loan companies. Very few of them still left in America in general. But those are the companies that trade on OTCQX. You also got a lot of international companies that trade on the OTCQX. and they trade under, sponsored ADRs, which is a whole different kind of issue. That you don't want to get involved in those kind of stocks, but yeah. VXXX. Let me see here. J-Rod, I actually do remember you bringing that up, man. Call up. Call up, J-Rod. I want to know what got you into it. How did you find out about it? What got you into it? It's not necessarily a penny stock, but when you gain $4 a share in 20 days, in less than 20 days, that's some real money. MCOA. MCOA. What is MCOA? Marijuana Company America. What are they? What is this about? I've never heard of these guys. MCOA. Marijuana Company of America. What are they about? Who brought that up? MCOA. Cruz, what do you know about them? What do you know about Marijuana Company of America? A lot of the gold companies were up today. A lot of the gold companies were up today. A lot of the companies that were involved in commodities were up today. Burks Group, BGI, that's a company that I wrote about on freestockpicks.org. Wrote about that almost 2 weeks now. BGI. BGI is it's a high-end jewelry company based out of Canada, if I'm correct, but they have operations in Miami, New York. Yeah, okay, so yeah, like I said, they're located in Canada, but they're all over America, Florida, Georgia, and they own one Rolex brand store. They're a premium jeweler, so they cater to the wealthy. For a company that trades at 49 cents a share, this is a company that last year had almost $300 million in sales. But their situation is debt. If they can get their debt under control, people will look at that revenue a lot differently. But BGI is a stock you should watch. Burks Group, again, I wrote about that on my website, freestockpicks.org. Very little volume. I understand, very little volume. But again, it's one of those companies, like I said, just watch it. Just watch it. BGI. I don't know if you guys been watching that other company I've been talking about, Loan, ticker symbol LOAN. I've been talking about Loan damn near every day. It's quietly going up and it's quietly gaining volume. I've got a little bit into it. I should increase my position because this is a very cash intensive business, and they've got money coming in, and every single year has been coming in greater and greater than the year before, and their job is basically lending other public companies money. So yeah, Loan just has to crack that 510. If we can crack that 510, You know, if we can crack that 510, you know, but we've got to be able to crack 510. That's been a huge problem for loan. Just these last, this past, week. Actually, these last 3 days, really, I should say. It tried it again on Wednesday too, but it's got to crack 510. It's got to crack 510. There's so many stocks out here. We all don't have enough money to be everywhere. So I can understand how sometimes it can be overwhelming. What's going on, Hisham? I know everybody in here has got to have some DVDs, right? Everybody's got the Tim Sykes DVDs and all the education they need. Everybody got all the education they need. Somebody brought up ATRS. Somebody brought up ATRS. ATRS. What's going on? I would have to check the news on ATRS. I'd have to check what's going on with the news because it started a new trend on the 6th of June. There was a dip to the 8th. Then we broke support. $757. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey Sal, this is Martin calling from Virginia. How are you tonight?
Doing good, Martin. Doing good, very good. Thank you for your call. What you got for us today?
Hey Sal. First off, I just want to let you know that I've been watching you only for maybe a few months.
Okay.
I started with learning penny stock trading by watching Tim Sykes videos.
Okay.
And then I kind of gravitated over to warrior trading videos.
Okay.
And then I started settling in on your videos.
Okay.
And your videos are extremely compelling, very passionate, and you speak my language.
Appreciate it.
When it comes to investing.
Appreciate
just one point I want to make before I get into my question is the beautiful thing about what you're doing is when I look at financial news, CNBC, anything dealing with financials, I don't see any men of color. And when I saw you online being so articulate, so knowledgeable, but also socially aware, it is such a beautiful thing, Sal.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
And I just want to let you know that you're doing something very, very great.
Thank you.
All right, so I just want to get that out. Next question. I'm preparing myself to start trading penny stocks.
Okay.
But I'm working on raising the funds to trade, to open my account and start funding my account. I want to follow your lead by positioning myself to make $300 a day.
Okay.
I think that's good. I think that's not trying to do too much. It's enough to make a decent living. How much would you say I would have to have in my trading account to position myself to make $300 a day?
To make $300 a day, and that's trading $10,000, right? That's $10,000, the typical position size that I would do. I'm looking for 3%. All right, that's why I've always told people the more money you have, the easier this is, because when you have more, you don't need as much to make your money. So I'm looking for 3%. That's all I mean. I'm looking for 3%, and because I'm holding over time, I don't need necessarily all that in one day. That could be, some days I'll have a 10%. Next day I'm down 3. Then the next day I'm up 17. The next day, so I don't need all that one day. The ideology is that it's 3% a day over. That's the average. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I've always told people, start off with as much as you can, as much as you can. So I can't give you a number, because honestly, if I can tell you right now, if you had 15 grand, that would be a great number to start out at. $15,000 would be a great, place to start at. Even though you're still under the PDT rule, you are in a position where you can take, even half that and be able to make trades and make the kind of profit that really turns into your account growing significantly over time. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not, I'm not saying that to scare off anybody who's got $2,000, $3,000. Please don't take that. That you can't make it happen, because you can. It's just that, please understand that you're going to have to take a lot more time to get going.
Sal, if I can just interrupt you for a second,
sure.
I wanted to say that, I'm one of those individuals that's looking at getting started with, 3,000 or less.
Okay.
I understand that you got to start somewhere.
Sure. Yes.
The Bible says, despise not the day of small beginnings. So
that's
you
very
have
true.
to start somewhere.
Right.
And I believe that by at least starting with some small things, that's a way for me to learn, get my feet wet, understand how this thing works. But in the process, continually building my account. So basically, what you're telling me is, if I can consistently build my account to maybe $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, I can position myself to do that, as you say, 3% of my account.
That is correct. And I mean, that is where you start getting into the territory where, if you get pretty successful, where you're hitting even as little as 50% of your trades, you can start thinking, okay, maybe I can do this for a living. So because again, if you get to start at that amount of trading, you can really start staying home. A lot of people, if you offer them $4,000 a month, many people can stay home. I mean, it might not be your situation, but I'm saying for a lot of people, that's their income. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very doable when you really start understanding what you're doing, how do you trade, where you're good at, and at that point where you're talking about 3,000 or less. I mean, I hope you understand that you might be looking into a situation where you're holding for a little while. You're not kind of jumping in and out.
I understand that.
Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
yeah, all right, great. So, just be a little bit patient. Watch, and that's the thing that hurts a lot of people at the beginning is, the patience aspect, because they have a tendency want to, put in so much because they're so sure of themselves, but they don't understand is that this is something that you want to be able to do for the rest of your life. So, there's always going to be another opportunity. I never get excited too much, anymore about stocks, because there's always going to be another 20, 30, 40% down the road. Your job at that level is supposed to be just getting in the green, being consistent in the green, watching your account grow, to a point where the cost of trading is no longer really interfering with you making money. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, great information. I'll probably call in maybe on another time. I'm not going to take up all your time tonight, but I did want to just say something about the one thing that I'm focusing on is being creative in finding ways to make money to fund a trading account.
Right.
You know, I'm a professional hairstylist and barber. That is
Okay.
my profession. But on the side, I sell clothes on eBay.
Oh, okay.
You know, to you know, make extra income.
That's
And the thing is, my eBay business has grown to a level where I don't have to cut hair as much. I don't have to work in the shop as much, and I can begin to start staying home working my eBay business.
Okay.
Which is something I love to do. But the thing is, I'm looking for ways to make my eBay money grow. And that's why I start looking into penny stocks. So the point I want to make with all of that is just to try to encourage individuals who don't have, you know, $5, $10, $15,000 to start a trading account. Start finding ways of being creative in raising the funds to start funding a trading account, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm building my eBay business to a point where what I make on eBay starts going into a trading account.
That's what's up, man. Shout out your clothing business, man. You might have some people in here who might be looking for something like that.
Oh, I specialize in pretty much high-end men's clothes. Like I see right now, you're starting to rock the shirt and tie. You know, I sell Brooks Brothers, you know, Ralph Lauren. My eBay page is Born Hustler 69. That's BORN HUSLAH 69. Born Hustler 69. Because I was born in 69. I was born to hustle in 1969.
No, that's a good look. That's a good look.
But once again, Sal, I just wanted to let you know you're doing a fabulous job, man. I'm expecting great things for you in the future. You know, and I'm very proud of you, and I intend to watch you and use you as a virtual mentor to help me to build my trading account and become a successful day trader.
All right. Much respect to you, brother. Thank you so much for that word.
All right. Thank you. All right. Have a great one now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, shout out to Virginia for that, brother. Like I said, man, I just wanted to come out and offer you guys something different than what was out there, man. Like I said, I always would tell people, if you want to get that knowledge, go to Tim Sykes, go to, you know, Warrior Trading, all those other guys, man. Get that basic knowledge, because I'm not good at really the basic stuff, but really putting it together on a you know, macro level, like, I get it, man. I understand why people want to do this, and you want to be successful doing it. You know, you want to be successful doing it. So if I'm, you know, if you vibing with what I'm, you know, trying to get at and where I'm trying to go, you know, please join me, man. Please join me, because I just want to kick knowledge among each other. 714, call back. 714, call back. Call back, 714. But growing up in a city like Detroit, man, you can't help but, you know, understand what's going on out here. The #1 segregated city in America. 714. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello. This is an automated message from the RAAA.
Man.
Our records from your internet provider indicate that you have been downloading music illegally.
Look at this.
In this particular case,
Who? How would you even know that I was online, man?
In accordance with the RAAA stance.
Get out of here, man. How would they have even known if I was online? We got some people who got too much time on their damn hands. Too much time. Got too much time on your hands, man. That's how I know it was fake, because I told you to call back and you called back. So I know it was fake. You listening to me on the show. Clowns, man. I told you to call back and you called back. So now I know you was fake. You watching me. But that's what people try to do. See, when you having and doing something productive, people will try to do things to knock you off your game. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't really want positive things to come out. You know, they're trying to hurt the energy. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. 503. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello.
What's going on, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, what's your name? Where you calling from, man?
So you the one who hit my car? Well, you left your phone number on my windshield.
Nigga, do you have anything? Man. The clowns are out tonight, man.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get in Igbo. Get out of here for real. I'm saying get out of here for real.
Get the fuck out of here for real, man. I'm not going to allow you guys to hurt my disposition. Change my disposition, excuse me. See, we have positive calls, and then you have some people like that. They just trying to hurt the energy. But we going to keep making videos, and we going to keep talking about stocks. Look, I know it makes you feel bad. I know it makes you hurt inside to see people of color talking about investing and getting money. And I'm not saying this to be offensive. I'm not saying this to be offensive. I'm saying this to be offensive to the people who are offended by what I'm doing. Because please believe me that there are people who are offended about what I'm doing, who are offended by what I'm doing. Please understand that. It's really true. 470, what's your name and where you calling from? All right, 470. I don't know if I got you late on the call, but 305, what's your name, where you calling from?
Hello, this is the Misando Veterinary Hospital calling. Again, I'm sure you don't need to ask what we're calling about.
The who?
Honest to God, are we going to go through this game again? You know you're not fooling anyone.
Oh my God, somebody's using one of those little apps. I'm just going to let y'all go off.
Your Rottweiler here for 3 weeks now, and every single day is another $75 rooming fee, plus the original $375 for the treatment and medication.
There goes another one. There goes another one. So, again, BGI Group, they've got a store in Florida, which is their number one. Their number two is the store in Georgia. The Rolex store makes good money too. The Rolex store makes good money too. But again, this is a company with over $300 million in sales. $300 million in sales. They just got to get it together when it comes to really putting the loan together. You know, getting the loan under control, because they've got several loans that are just eating at those earnings. That's the situation. In 2015, they reopened 2 stores that they had closed back in March of 2014. They reopened them last year because they were going through, I want to say upgrades, right? I'm in the 10K right now. Yeah, they were going through upgrades. It's been a couple weeks since I looked at the 10K, so it's not all on the top of my head. Okay. They've got practically one primary channel for distribution, which is the retail. 97% of those $300 million in sales come through the retail division. They also offer a gold exchange, and they do sell online. Okay, ticker symbol BGI does sell online as well. They do explain in their 10K that their sales are highly seasonal. Okay, so they do understand that most of their sales come, during times of the holiday. It does come through times of the holiday. So that's ticker BGI. BPSM. What's going on with BPSM? I think we brought up BPSM earlier in the episode. We brought up BPSM. BPSM. I can't, for whatever reason, E-Trade can be a little funny sometimes when it won't give you the charts of certain companies. And they tend to be OTC for whatever reason. So, but they've gotten better. BPSM, is that a stock? Because I'm not pulling up a ticker, man. Or am I putting it in wrong? Am I just putting it in wrong? Caller, you're on the air.
Oh, this is Tyson Wells. I'm calling from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just wanting a little advice. I'm going to the University of Cincinnati, and right now I was wanting to know about penny stocks, because I've watched a couple of videos and I came across yours and I subscribed to it. And you talked a little bit about it, but I didn't really hear a lot of get a lot of information from you because the video was pretty short. And I really wanted you to just give me like some information on how to do it, because I want to save up money while I'm in college, and pay for college. And while I'm a petroleum geologist, I want to have extra cash on the side, to make a lot of money. Because I'm a type of person, I want to just be able to support my family and stuff like that. So I was wanting to know if you could email me or something. I could put my email in the little chat or whatnot. If you could email me and give me some information on how to do the penny stocks.
All right, yeah. Send me an email at happypennystocks@gmail.com, and I'll send you some really informative links that you can get started. And if you're serious about it, man, you'll be able to follow those resources. They'll get you all the way, going in terms of getting to a point where you at least, are ready to, pull a trade after doing some paper trading for a couple months. But do you paper trade right now? Like, have you been doing anything like that? Hello? Okay, I don't know what happened to him. I think he was probably playing on the phone too, but he got on and actually started to ask a question. 641. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi. You don't know me, but I'm friends with your girlfriend. You got a second?
Man, you don't.
Listen up.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, for sale. You say your phone died? Your phone died? That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, for sale. Send me an email at happypennystocks@gmail.com. happypennystocks@gmail.com. My thing is that you guys will put in the effort. Just as a man, you know what I'm saying? As a man, I wouldn't put in the time. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not reading, I'm watching videos about stocks, I'm reading a book about stocks, I'm doing everything I can to always just be trying to, make myself better. I don't have time to bullshit around. But I'm just so surprised at how many people are willing to deter your precious life, the time that you have on this earth, and put it to something so stupid. So what are the things that were up today? Another pharmaceutical, SBOT. SBOT is one of those companies that last couple of days has taken off. It's really taken off these last couple of days. And, I've been impressed. I've been really impressed by what they've been doing. And the stock is going higher. It's not supernova. It's not supernova, but, it's going places. I mean, they've basically gone from $2.50 to $4.50 in a span of a little over 7 days. So they're up 100%. Ticker symbol SBOT. Has anybody been watching that? SBOT. Hisham, I'll be back on the air on Monday. Hopefully I'll have the green screen back up and working. I'm going to be working on this weekend on all that stuff, so bear with me. But we're going to have the green screen and everything up Monday, because this weekend I'm going to have the opportunity to. So if you see me go live this weekend, I'm not really live. I'm just making sure we all, prepared on my front here. Making sure we are prepared on my front. Okay. Yeah, the PDT rule. Yeah, Hisham, Monday through Friday, 8 to, 11, sometimes midnight. 8 to something. Monday through Friday, unless something comes up. Yeah, Travi, I'm going to get back to you on that U.S. stock trade. Because if it's really no PDT rule, but I got to find out how to get your money out, though. See, that's why I'm really iffy with these brokers. I don't just jump from broker to broker, because these brokers are so eager to get your money. But when it comes to getting your money out, that wait 2 days or 48 hours, I don't have time for that. Joe Cream, Sure Trader, we've gone over Sure Trader. Too many high fees, man. Too many fees. For Sure Trader. We had a guy in the chat room who said he was from the Caribbean and doesn't trust Sure Trader. Tim Sykes no longer does business with Sure Trader and doesn't suggest people go over there. He had an article about how Sure Trader was his, broker of choice and whatnot. That article is gone. So that says a lot. I'm going to look up what Robert Johnson is up to, because why was his stock up 22% today? Bob Johnson, guy who owns the Charlotte Bobcats, former owner of BET, his stock was up 22% today, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's find out. They don't really have much news out. So maybe it was a planned purchase from someone else or something like that. But he's one of those guys I've always wanted to meet. Always wanted to meet Bob Johnson. Always wanted to meet Bob Johnson, America's first modern black billionaire. Those of us who know our history know that there have been many black billionaires. The first Wall Street millionaire, black man, was a guy by the name, I want to say they called him Alexander Hamilton. What's his name? Alexander Hamilton? And many people say he was born a slave and escaped. But what was it? Excuse me, Jeremiah Hamilton. Sorry. The first black millionaire, Wall Street millionaire, back in the 1840s. This brother was a millionaire. Died with a net worth of nearly $250 million. People hated him so much they called him Nigger Hamilton. You can Google it. They called him Nigger Hamilton. That was his name. You can Google it. They absolutely hated that guy. First self-made black millionaire on Wall Street. Terrell, I look for anywhere between, I mean, 100,000 is safe, man. 100,000. When volume, I like 100,000. Anything below 100,000, then chances are that's a stock that you got to be sitting in for a little while because maybe you're expecting something. You know, you might be expecting something coming down the pipe. If you're buying a stock with volume less than 100,000, more than likely you're expecting something. I know some investors who won't touch a stock if it doesn't have $1 million. Joe just said he likes 200,000 and up. Joe says he likes 200,000 and up. So it varies what you feel comfortable with. The most important thing you want to know is just to be able to get out your trade. But like I said, if you're looking to be in there for a long time, then the idea of getting out soon isn't probably a priority. Obviously, yes, Terrell, of course, the more volume, the better. You know, look at a stock like Sprint. You can't get more liquid than that. That's a stock you're always going to be able to get in and out of all day, every day. No, Mr. Lopez, volume means the number of shares being bought and sold in a given day. Yeah, Viking, we talked a little bit about Brexit. And how it affects, you don't have to go back for that. But we talked a little bit about Brexit. We talked a little bit about that. Obviously, I talked to you guys about my stock that I've been really excited about. Really, the only thing that was up for me today. MUX. MUX. All day, baby. All day. All day. MUX all day for me. This has got a very beautiful 20-day chart. Confirmation on the 10-day chart. 3-day chart is also beautiful as well. You know, I don't fight the trend, man. I really don't fight the trend. There's so many wonderful books on Amazon on trend trading. I have really become a very strong advocate on trend trading. It's really simplified the way I trade. It's made me a lot more patient. I don't get overly excited anymore. My heart doesn't beat like crazy because I know I'm in it for a week, 2 weeks. I used to be like that too. My heart beating crazy and stuff, looking at the ticker, getting scared because I'm down 3 cents or 4 cents. There are a lot of good books on trend trading. And for those of you guys who know how to use torrents, I'm sure you downloaded those torrents we had earlier in the episodes where we were giving out that link to those books. You know, I know weekend is time for family and everything like that, but I really love audiobooks. I really love audiobooks. And one great audiobook that you guys can read is the book Trading for a Living by Alexander Elder. Trading for a Living by Alexander Elder. You don't have to necessarily be trading for a living to read the book. But if you aspire to be somebody who trades for a living, it's definitely a good book to read. Very good book to read. I will post a link. So if you got, if you know how to use torrents, if you don't read up on it, you need to download an application to download the torrent, which is something like BitTorrent or uTorrent. I prefer BitTorrent. So you download BitTorrent. Once you have that installed, then you can go to the link I'll post up here and download. And that's the 3 CDs right there. That's the 3 CDs right there. And you can go on the top, and where it says download torrent, that's where you would click to actually get things started. And you can burn them to a CD. You, of course, burn it to a CD and listen to it in your car. Or if you got an MP3, you could do it that way. But there's so many places to learn. So many places to learn. Tony, you ask, is E-Trade better than TD Trader? Not really. Not really. TD Ameritrade better than E-Trade? I mean, not really. I mean, for the most part, they all allow you to get the same stocks. I think TD kind of wins a little bit in, E-Trade wins a little bit in customer service. Of course, TD Ameritrade is free to get started. Terrell, I have no idea how to trade futures. I would love somebody to teach me how to trade futures. But yeah, getting better at this is you want to read a lot of information, man, because they say reading is fundamental, because when you read something or when you listen to something, or especially when you see something, that's why I like the videos too. I like videos. The videos are powerful too. You can't unsee something. You know what I'm saying? When the mind sees, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. He does have a 2014 version of the book called Trading for a Living 2014. That's on that website too. That's on that website too. A lot of people mad at me because I'm giving away Tim Sykes videos on my things, but I mean they're out there for everybody to get. They're out there for everybody to get. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Let me see here. So there are a lot of that Foos. Somebody had told me they liked the Foos 4-2 DVD. That's the best one. The Investors Live DVD too is pretty good. The Investors Live DVD with Nathan Mashad. I think that one's over at Pirate Bay. I mean, no, that's at Pirate Bay. Yeah, that's over at Pirate Bay. Again, don't hate the player, hate the game. I don't like you giving people free torrents. Man, shit. People gotta learn. So here's the that's the torrent right there that I just posted. That's the torrent for the 8-hour DVD, Investors Live. I haven't tried Fidelity. I haven't tried Fidelity. I haven't tried Fidelity. Are you actually from South Africa? South Africa is one of those places I really want to visit, man. I really want to get an opportunity to go down there. Yeah, that Foos 4 is the truth too. Thank you, Common Sense. Yeah, post that up. That Foos 4 is the truth too. Get a pen and paper and get at that, man. Yeah, they get mad at me for giving away these for introducing this free stuff, but I mean, if it was more affordable, we wouldn't have to download it. But people not trying to spend $700 on a DVD, man. You crazy. Again, don't hate the player, hate the game. What other thing? What else we got up? Yeah, they making money, man. Look, like I told you, when you're Tim Sykes and you have 2,700 people paying you $170, what was it, $145 now? I mean, do the math. He's got about 2,700 people paying him anywhere between $140 to $250 a month. Do the math. That doesn't include the DVDs. That doesn't include people who are in the $5,000 student challenge or whatever he calls it. But I ain't hating on your money, man. Get your paper. I'm not hating at all. Get your paper. We got one life to live. Make it the best you can. But don't be mad at me if I do what any human would do and look for opportunities to get the information any way I know how. A lot of these books on Amazon, you can find them in the torrents. If you've got a tablet, Amazon was having their little tablet sale where they were giving the it's back up $10, but they had the Fire 7 tablet for $39.99. It's back up to $49 now, but that's not the HD version. But you can download uTorrent or BitTorrent on those tablets, and you can read the books on the tablets. So that, a lot of you guys are using your phones, or you might be using a laptop or a desktop like I use. So you really can't walk around with the information. So get yourself a nice little tablet. You can download some ebooks or whatever like that and just, knock out. I mean, even if reading isn't your thing, just knock out like 10 pages a day. Just, you don't got to push yourself. Just 10 pages a day. Commit to 10 pages a day. What is that like? 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Not even that for most people. ANMN. AMNM. What is that? That's another one of those funny acting stocks. Unless my E-Trade is acting up. AMNM. What is that? Because it's not pulling up anything. ANMN. Okay. ANMN. Why am I not? Yeah, nothing's pulling up for me, man. Tomorrow you are you putting that in right? Clay, nah, man. Don't. That's just a pop-up ad. You can just exit out of that. You can just exit out of that. 206. What's your name? Where you calling from?
And you don't know this number by now?
Man, you know I haven't memorized everybody. Mr. Lloyd is in the house.
Hey. What's up, everybody? Hey, man, I was scared to death when I saw that shit come across CNN that the damn European lost that shit. I was like, oh my gosh, there go my Volkswagen.
Yeah.
My stock went straight down. So, you know what I noticed too? I noticed that some penny stocks didn't get affected by it.
Yeah.
So, a lot of you guys out there, it's funny, I ask the same questions that you guys are calling and asking each and every time. But I'm going to tell you something, man. You guys got to go out there. If you want it, you got to go out there and get it. I can't depend on Mr. Sal here for everything, even though I would like to. But if you're hungry, the knowledge is out there, man. I still haven't made any money yet. So I'm trying, man. You know, my stock picks I sent to you, they still were shitty.
Yeah.
And when I saw that shit on the news, I said, "Oh my gosh, the Dow's dropping 600 points. Everybody go hide."
Yeah, man. When I checked all the stocks you had sent me last night, and they were all down today, man. And
I know.
You know, I was just like, man, you know, because I know how bad you want to get it right, man. I know how bad you want to get it right. And like I said, Mr. Lloyd, I know you fancy the technicals. I get it. I know you fancy the technicals, but I would really, if you would love to sit down, and I don't know if you've downloaded that Tim Sykes package.
I'm gonna have to actually get into it this weekend.
Yeah, because he's got a video basically dealing with financials, 10Ks. I forgot what it's called, but it's a
he got that one guy. You know, I was gonna look at that because he does give a lot of information, and I didn't get a chance to get into it because every time I get into it, then the damn show come on, so I can't hear you in the show at the same time.
Right.
But I wanted to share something with you guys that made a big ass move. Give me 1 second here. Man, that's a damn shame. Everybody playing this thing, man. It's gonna be like this all the rest of the time, or what?
Man, look, we just gotta keep going, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. That's nothing.
You know what I'm
saying? I've always said that people can pick cotton for 12 hours a day in 115-degree heat. What I'm dealing with ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the sort of vibe I'm dealing with.
Now, last week, I talked about fate. F-A-T-E.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do remember you bringing up fate, and we actually brought it up not too long ago. I don't think it was not the last episode yesterday, but we did bring it up the episode before. But yeah, it was up pretty, you know, nice little trade today.
Yeah, but looking at the 1 month, man, it's slowly making that climb, you know. So let me see one more. Should have my shit together, man. I was. ISR. Is that the pharmaceutical?
Say that ticker again.
Igloo Sam Romeo. ISR. It made it through the day today. And actually, I saw it. I was going to get it this morning. It was at 86 cents. Was it 86 cents this morning? No, what was it at?
Hold on, I got to figure out what drove this. What drove that? You know what news?
I don't know, man. But I was basically what I'm looking at, and I think this is the prime time for me to look at what stocks were up. Because with the Dow being down like this and stocks moving up, this is an opportunity for me to get into something. Because if the stocks are up when the Dow is down, when the Dow goes back up, then that stock is going to go farther. Regardless, you know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could. Yeah, I mean, that's a good reason. I mean, I think honestly, right now, I mean, I would be looking for stocks that are down, honestly, because I'm looking for stocks that are good. They've got good fundamentals that have been going really well, but for today, because of this news, they're down, and I think this is a buying opportunity for stocks that have been down today. So I actually look at it a little bit differently. I see this as an opportunity for people who have been sitting on some cash, been sitting on the side to get in on a stock that, you know, got beat up a little bit, you know, beyond what it should, have been done. So, yeah, brother. So I mean, I don't know. I guess we got a difference of opinion there, but if you think that, you know, it's going to make sense, what trade do you think makes sense? You think this ISR makes sense?
No, but the thing I liked about it, man, the shit was still going up when the Dow was going down. That's what attracts me, and that just tells me that once the Dow goes back up, this is going to push up further. And it's been in the green for this month, so I feel like I mean, what was this 52-week low? Is that 55 cents? So is that his midpoint right now, $1.68? I don't know. Like I said, I don't have anything in mind yet, but I'm gonna tell you guys out there what my biggest mistake was. I got into too many stocks. I got 1,400 here, 1,400 in there, 3,000 in here. It's all over the place. It's not in one place, and I think when you have too much open, it's hard to keep track of that, and then you can't. Your money's not growing as fast. So I'm contemplating on pulling it all back out, taking some couple, maybe $500 in the loss.
Yeah, Mr. Lloyd, max three at a time. Max three at a time. I mean, I anything more than that, and you're kind of spreading yourself a little too deep.
Right.
And I know you like to play, on the large end when it comes to trade size. So
right. I fell for the hype, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I was looking at the message boards, and this is prior to me being somewhat educated about what was going on and reading those message boards. Oh, it's getting ready to pop. I'm loading up 10,000. Okay, well, let me load up 10 more thousand too. Next thing you know, that shit drops down 5 cents, and you holding on to that shit.
Man, yeah, man. You never want to fall for those in the forums. A lot of those times, man, you'll go into a forum, and what a lot of people don't know is that a lot of those times it's the same people 5, 6, 7 times. It's so easy to get a Twitter account, to start those forums. You got people who have 5, 6, 7 email accounts, and they create traffic like that, man. I've heard of people who have, will buy a stock from 2 or different platforms on the same computer to make it look like there's something going on in the stock. So, I mean, you gotta, there's a game out there. This is money. You know what I'm saying? Right. So people will do anything to make it, man.
And that's why I said, fuck that. I'm going straight to technicals. I'm not reading another fucking board again. I'd be damned if I sit here and fall for the okie doke. And my first pump and dump was FBDL, Friendable. F Frank Bravo.
Was that the social media stock? Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
I fucking fell for that pump and dump.
They were supposed to be like the next Facebook or something like that.
Yeah, then I went to go down, so I went there and put the money in, right? And I went to go download the app, and I said, "What the fuck is this garbage here?"
Yeah, man, that's the biggest scam. I remember when Friendable came out too.
So I mean, the concept is cool, man. I like the concept, but the thing of it is, if it was more of on a social platform where you can meet your friends at different restaurants, I can see it being money driven for promoting restaurants and stuff like that, by pinging people when there's promotions and stuff. But it was just primarily of dating, and I can't use that app. If I'm sitting next to my wife trying to find a venue, and next thing you know, I see some titties in front of my face.
Oh man, yeah. But my thing about apps, man, we need to understand is that apps go public when they're already hot. You know what I'm saying? They don't go public to get hot, and that's the situation where it was Friendable. You know what I'm saying? People weren't really kicking it with it like that. I remember asking some young people about it at the time. They didn't even know what the hell it was. And, that's a poor sign right there. If the kids don't know what the hell it is, then, that right there just lets you know it's not on the end, because a lot of these young people are driving this technology out here, especially when it comes to these social media apps. And if they're not messing with it, then, it's a dud.
Right. So. You know what got me, man, is looking at all the downloads. It was like three, was it? I don't know, some million. It was in the millions. And so I said, okay. I said it must be good if it's in the millions. It wasn't in like the 200,000, where I thought it was fake. It was in the millions, and it's like, okay, well, maybe this might be something. Let me get on that train. So, if you guys out there, you got some money, paper trading is the best way. But I know how we all want to make that fast money, and it ain't fast, because as soon as you get up in the stock, it's gonna freeze up. And if you don't know what you're doing, you holding on to that bag until it jumps up a little bit so you can get out.
Right.
So you guys need to really take the time. I mean, this is a good opportunity to come in and listen to everybody's experience. It's more than just taking Sal's word on the stock. You really have to know what you're getting into, especially if you putting your rent money up or your life savings up, because it can dwindle down real quick. And if you're not prepared for the loss, don't get into it. And I'm just being straight up. I mean, I saved up for a long time, and I got my money into some solid stocks like Apple and Volkswagen, which went down $5 a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I got $3,000 into this Infosys, INNV, which they thought was going to go to $1. I'm a little skeptical now. I have to read the 10Q, with no research involved. So I'm gonna have to do some homework on that. I'm considered taking a loss on that one there. I'm afraid, that shit's gonna collapse when I go, at work or something. So I don't know, man.
Right.
So you guys need to just, do some studying, man. I mean, this is a cool chat room. I like the motivation that Sal gives. But you guys got to do your own due diligence and go out there. If you're hungry, you need to go out there and find the food. You can't depend on nobody handing you that bone. You need to go out there and work for it yourself. So that's my take on that.
All right, appreciate it, Mr. Lloyd. Thank you for the call, as always.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Yep. There's Mr. Lloyd for you guys. Yeah, INNV, I mean, that's one of those, again, it's an OTC pharmaceutical company. Like I said, there are a lot of legitimate pharmaceutical companies out there that are really doing good work. But when you're a pharmaceutical company and you're trading over the counter, and then you're not really doing any kind of serious research, you don't have any intellectual property, you don't own any patents, you're not actually doing any trials. I can't invest in a company like that. I can't invest in a company like that. Luis, I want to know why you think INV is good, man. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's been a little bit of a rocky, it's been a rocky month, but the stock is up. The stock is up. I mean, if you've been in the stock for a week, you are up. I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that. Yeah, Luis, call in and tell us why you like INV. Man, the only thing I made money today on was MUX. I'm a big cheerleader on MUX. I'm a big cheerleader on MUX. MUX helped me out today because, again, that's a commodities-related business. MUX. I'm a big fan of MUX. We're going all the way to $4, baby. And, of course, that pump and dump CTBO made money on that today, too. That's a pump and dump. CTBO is going straight to 000. That is a company built on selling shares. Mr. Lloyd, what's going on?
Hey, I forgot to ask you, man, the HMNY. Now, I don't want to think that's a pump and dump, man, but that shit is dropping.
Yeah.
So what's your take on it, man? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, it's just, do you think it's going to go down to like $5? Do you think it was overpriced when it got up to 12?
I mean, people got excited and it was a low float and, it took it up there. But, one thing you have to understand about news is that, good news eventually becomes old news. And old news, will not, help a company sustain over, extended prices. You see what I'm saying? So,
right.
People who have profited will continue to take profits. But not only that, if you've been looking at HMNY, you also see that volume has been retracting. So because people obviously are no longer as excited about it, and the speculators are leaving. And when you have, again, a situation where you have a company that's overextended in price, and then you have decreasing volume, you've got significant amount of people who want to sell, not enough people who want to buy, the sellers got to lower their price. So it's just supply and demand in this situation, man. The demand is shrinking, and the price is going to go down. So it's clearly a short now. I know the shorters are just eating it up now because unless some kind of significant news is going to be coming out, I don't see this stock staying in the 10 for sure next week. No way. I think you can go as low as possibly, maybe even $8 by this, Friday of next week. I don't see why not. It wouldn't be in the $8.
Now, my last question, man. When you look for a low float, what's the number you look for?
When it comes to low float, I mean, anything under 20 million is great. Anything under 20 million is great. I mean, because that means you're talking about a stock that you might get 2-3 million people on. It can really drive. You know what I mean? So anything under 20 million is really good in terms of low float. And then of course, it not only has to be low float, but it also has to be cheap. So the cheaper it is, the more people that are going to be able to buy into that. So yeah, man, for sure.
All right, cool, man. That's all I want to talk about with the HMNY. I was kind of disappointed, seeing how much it's dropping, and everybody had all these high hopes that it was going to really push up, and it's like, you know what I'm saying. But Luis, when you get done eating dinner, man, you better call in because I really need to know what's your take on INNV. All right, everybody, thanks.
All right, that's Mr. Lloyd. Luis said he's eating dinner. Yeah, Clay, you're right on that one, man. I wouldn't even touch it right now. Now, HMNY is a shorter's paradise now. It's a shorter's paradise. It's a shorter's paradise. Short it and wait. If you have a dummy trading account, a paper trade account, just short HMNY with everything you damn got. You'll probably double your account in about a week or two. Yeah. I've been telling people to get out of HMNY, man. I've been telling people get up out of there. You got the shorters all over that one. I'll tell you right now, Sykes and Grittani and all of them, they got positions in that. They're just stacking the money up, waiting. They're just stacking the money up, just waiting to sell. It's going to be a big bagger for them. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them, Grittani especially, because I know Tim is going through his thing where, he starts off with $12,000 or whatever it is. But I wouldn't be surprised if Grittani or Paul or any of the other guys end up taking a $100,000 or $200,000 gain on HMNY on the short end. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, but you know what, Arsena, today was an opportunity day. Today was a day for people who were smart to buy in at some cheap prices, man. To buy in on some stocks that were down cheap. Today was a day to buy in on some stocks cheap. For example, look at what happened to, it's not a penny stock, but ticker symbol X, US Steel. US Steel damn near lost $3 a share today. Well, $2.19 a share. But there's no doubt in my mind, once this panic fades off, it'll be right back in the 18s, man. Right back in 18s. Yeah, those stocks that were hit hard today, you know. In fact, in Warren Buffett's book, he talks about when everybody else is running, that's when you should be buying. You know, when everybody else is screaming, get out. And we're talking about good companies with good earnings and stuff like that. We're not talking about penny stocks like that don't have any operations or anything like that. We're talking about legitimate companies. When people are saying, get out, he's saying buy. Cruz, you're saying, do I have a good one for next week? Man, I'm holding out hope for SCON, brother. I'm holding out hope for SCON, SCON. I still like IMUC. That's another real cheap stock that doesn't move a lot, that you can sit in and wait. I know we got some people who in here who really like GEVO. We got some people in here who really like GEVO. We got some people in here who really like GEVO. Clay, you can get BitTorrent as an app on your phone. If you want to be able to download torrents on your phone, BitTorrent is available on the phone, as well as uTorrent, I believe. So it's really good. Like if you search your favorite rapper or singer and then you just type in, I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but discography or discography, where basically somebody has put every single CD that they've ever made in one torrent. Like I'm not afraid to admit I'm a big Drake fan. I'm a big Kendrick Lamar fan. I'm a big Rakim fan, Jay-Z. I got all their CDs that they've pretty much ever made. I got all of them. And you can get them on those torrent sites by downloading the torrent app on your phone, going to Pirate Bay or Kick-Ass Torrents on your phone, then being able to open up that link using that app. Once you click the link, your Android or your iOS will already pick it up that the app can use that link. And you can start downloading. And it is intensive, so don't use your data. You want to be on Wi-Fi when you do it. You want to be on Wi-Fi when you do it. You don't want to be on data downloading something that's 500 megabytes, man. What's wrong with Drake, man? What's wrong with Drake, Jackie? Dude's a good rapper, man. What you talking about? You know, no other rap artist has more number one hits than Drake. You know that, right? He's got more number ones. He's got more number ones than Michael Jackson, man. Google that. I'm not saying he's the greatest ever. I'm just saying he's a, you know, respect the accomplishments. You said Drake is a pop rapper? I wouldn't call Drake a pop rapper. I call him a mainstream rapper. He's got everybody liking it. That's where the real money is, man. Ain't nobody making any money talking about killing and shooting. You know, ain't nobody making no money doing that, man. Oh, I would never say he's better than Lil Wayne. That's crazy. But Lil Wayne hasn't been Lil Wayne. The last time I saw Lil Wayne the way I think he was that Father and Son album. Maybe even, yeah, that Father and Son album was probably the last time he was really, like, on it, man. Ace, I can't give you that information, man. Yeah, just because I said Drake before Wayne, it don't mean that I think Drake is better than Wayne. He just came out my mouth first. Hey, what's going on, James Bond? Yeah, I like KRS-One, man. I respect the God. It's never a special common sense. You talking about you got into TMUS? What do you like about TMUS? Oh shit, I ain't messing with that. What's that, $41 a share? I can buy a lot of other stocks with $41. All right, Tyson, I got your message, so yeah, I'll be sending you some links and whatnot. And congratulations, you're getting in at Columbia University. That's what's up, man. Ernesto, are you still watching? Ernesto sent me an email. He says, I'm in Panama City, Panama. I want to know if I can invest myself or go through a broker. You will have to go through a broker, Ernesto. You might want to have to look at a company like Interactive Brokers. You might have to look at Interactive Brokers. But I mean, Panama, I don't see any restrictions. So I would even look at some of the mainstream brokers like E-Trade and whatnot. I don't know what they would say about your country, but I wouldn't see why you would have an issue investing from Panama. Obviously, you are outside of America, so I mean, there are going to be some brokers who aren't going to take your business. But I would look at Interactive Brokers or even E-Trade or even one of these other mainstream brokers here in America and see what they say. I can't tell you. Off the top of my head, who would say no? Yeah, techie man, STAF. Somebody brought up STAF yesterday in the chat room. Was that you? Yeah, I don't know why it was up too. I just thought Howard was so crazy that it popped up after we had just talked about it yesterday. Yeah, J Rod. I'm still waiting for the Carter 5. Hell with the Carter 4. He's got this one song with Young Thug that was on a promo for Rich Gang on World Star, and I think it's called Lil One. And there's only like 20 seconds of the song out, but man, that song is fire. It's like it's a little slow jam. Like you can just feel like Lil Wayne's about to hop on and just go ham. Yeah, it's called Lil One. It's on YouTube. It's only got like 20 seconds of the song out there. I wish somebody would leak that shit. Arsenic, no, man. I don't play Forex, man. I don't play none of that. I don't understand Forex. Every time I play the Forex, I lose money. Thankfully, the Forex is one of those things where you can start trading with as little as $25. I put in $25 and it's gone. I hate the Forex, man. I hate it. And this is how you know it's a scam. It's like I put in an order to buy, that went wrong. Put in an order to sell, that went wrong. So I'm like, okay, so if it's not going buy or sell, how am I losing money? Like I don't get it. And then the positions where you do make money is when you trade the exotics. The exotics, when they start trading like the Mexican peso, South African rand, and you hold those positions for like a day or two, that's some good money. 323. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Sal? This is Lewis. I'm gonna tell you about how I'm into this farm. INNV is a stock that you need to buy right now, man.
Yes. I'm glad you done eating, man. So
yeah, it took me a while, but we had to finish cooking.
No problem. Do what you got to do. INNV, 23 cents a share right now. What's got you excited about this stock, Luis?
Just the fact that Dimaj, man, he's invested $2 million of his own company, of his own money into the company, and we have the product pipeline. We got Zestro, we got Symptom Plus, we got Eject-Delay, and then we got the Fluticare. I mean, if that gets FDA approval, this stock is going to probably skyrocket to maybe $1, $1.50. And obviously, I know it's over-the-counter stock. I know it's probably not going to hit, multi-billion-dollar, company. But as long as I can get out of there with, $8,000 profit, because I have a pretty small position in INNV, but I feel like if it hits $2, I'm coming out of there with a good profit.
Sure, of course, man. Of course, yeah. If you've stocked up on those, shares at that price, of course, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's not that. For me, there's not really that much downside if I bought this stock at 12 cents. I've been buying at 12 cents. I bought at 16 cents. I bought at 18, 19, 23. Even when it hit 24, I bought.
Okay.
So I've been averaging up, averaging down. So, and even the MACD, in a technical analysis standpoint, the MACD is bullish. The moving averages are bullish. The OBV on balance volume is bullish, so it's everything about the stock seems to be going, in the right direction. Volume isn't in the millions, obviously, but it's like 700K, 800K some days. So, I'm new to the stock market. I've only been investing for trading for about a month, so I'm not saying I'm an expert. I know everything, but I'm still learning. But everything about the stock seems to be looking good.
That's what's up, man. No, don't even worry about that. If you see it coming, then being early is where you want to be. So I wouldn't even worry with that situation with volume. Now you mentioned something about an FDA approval. When is that coming down the pipeline? Is that something they're talking about right now? They actually
Demaj, I think he's saying maybe like July through September. It's like within that 3 month period, that's when they're gonna get FDA approval for flutazone, whatever it's called. So.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there was just another news, not a press release, but like a little news article where they said INV reduced their liabilities by 1.8 million. So, I mean, I think that's great news right there. With that within itself, you know.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What are your thoughts on MSTX? I don't know if you heard of that stock. That's it's like therapeutic biotech company. They're about to release results on their sickle cell.
Yeah, we talked about this heavy, Luis, yesterday. MXTX is this is a stock that was coming up because this is the second go around, right? This is the second go around on phase 3.
It's phase 3 for sickle cell.
Yes, for physical cell. Yeah. So they failed the first time, but this time it's a lot more profitable. I mean, they say there's a better chance for them getting it this time around. Obviously,
it's a better chance for them to get it this time around because I think the FDA kind of gave them some advice to improve the study, and the FDA worked with them to improve this second study. So I think chances are, since the FDA worked with them and kind of walked them through what they need to do to get it right this time. I think chances are they're pretty much gonna get it. So and that's expected sometime July, and I know for a fact. Well, what's his name? The CEO. I forgot the name of the CEO, but he said anytime before July 31st.
Oh wow!
For epic results. So, and if you look at the chart, I mean, volume's been increased. Even today, I think they made a new high. It closed higher than I think 48 cents now. So it's it's really trending right now. It's uptrending, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely been trading this month. Investors are definitely stocking up more and more of the stock. You can see here for the month of June, pretty much after the early this month. But yeah, I mean, investors are excited about it, man. So it recovered basically everything that it had lost from the first time it didn't go so right. So investors are really excited about it. They think, just like you said, that this time around is going to be the lucky draw for them.
Even today with the sell-off because of the Brexit vote, I mean, even that, I mean, it didn't affect the momentum.
It definitely didn't affect the stock. Today was just a slow day, but MXTX is definitely one to watch. We've talked about this. I'm really excited about it, and I might pick up myself. I've been watching the stock, and I mean, if it breaks 46 again, I definitely want to see if I jump on. And I'm going to follow where exactly this news is going to come down the pipe, or at least I hopefully maybe get some kind of word.
Do you think the Brexit vote will carry over till next week, Monday, Tuesday? How deep into next week do you think?
I don't. With it didn't help that Cameron, their prime minister, resigned. I don't know if you are familiar with the politics on that end. But the prime minister resigned in Britain. So that adds another little dimension to it where now they're not only getting out the EU, but now they've got to talk about leadership. So that adds another,
uncertainty,
uncertainty to how the country is going to be led, what's going to be the direction of the company, of the country. So I can see, conversations happening and affecting companies maybe until this time next week, man. Until England has another head of state that has a defined program of what they want to do and how they're going to affect these other companies out here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the market's down, I mean, that's pretty much a good indicator to buy too. There's a lot of quality stocks that otherwise wouldn't probably would be too expensive for some people. So When the market's selling off like that, that's a good time to accumulate.
Yeah, definitely. You got your head in right, Louisa, man. When a lot of people are running scared, this is the time to be getting good companies at some dirt cheap prices because, again, eventually this news will pass and these companies will shine again and we'll be able to have stocks that were dirt cheap. So, So, appreciate the call, Luis. Thank you for the call, brother.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right. So that was Luis. Excited about MXTX. And MXTX, man, has been on a tear since the beginning of the month. This was a stock that failed its first phase 3 run. But, I mean, shit, 3 days later, you pretty much had your money back. Almost, 3 to about a week later, you had your money back. MXTX, man. You got your money back. And now we're at a price at 44 cents a share that's higher than where we were when the news for the old phase 3 came out. Yeah, MGT, man. MGT is something else, man. I don't know if people are finally kind of MGT. Yeah, people are still in there, man. People still believe this company can do more. I haven't put up anything in it, but it's very interesting because MGT, it shot up to 4, it came back down, and now it's slowly trying to test that again. I mean, we're only at 323 now, but John McAfee hasn't left. As long as he's there, you're gonna have some investors who are going to want to stick around. Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of people who got burned off that when they fell off like that. But you got some people in there who I guess aren't giving up. Owen, you said you bought that dip. You bought into that dip, Owen? Tapua, you were in at 88 cents? That's what's up, man. Tapua, what got you in at MGT at 88 cents? What did you see that this stock was going to get into that you wanted to buy at 88 cents? Because I've looked at MGT. Because this stock was practically dead, man, for, it really didn't start doing anything until, May. It didn't start doing anything until May. It is 90% psychology. The stock market, you know, is well over 70% of us or more are just, you know, trading to make money. Common sense, you said you received a pump email? Tapua, you said they bought another company? John McAfee? What's John McAfee's personal net worth? Let me Google that. Does that guy still really have that? All that, he still have that antivirus money left? He probably does. John McAfee net worth. It says net worth is $4 million? I thought you would have more than that. You said, it says here, net worth at one point reached $100 million. Also, he blew a lot of his money. He's blown a lot of his money. Oh, okay, no, it says, due to the global recession and financial economic crisis that affected his investments, McAfee's fortune significantly dropped from $100 million to $4 million. Damn. How do you lose $96 million to a bad economy? That must have all been stock. That must have all been just stock. Do you guys know about that penny stock site that tracks pumps and dumps? They used to be called pumpsanddumps.com. I don't know why they changed their name. Now they go by the OTC.today, which is really retarded. I don't know why they did that. I'll post a link. I posted a link in the chat room. They go by the OTC today. They're in their 6th year of operation. I remember when they just started. I was just looking into the idea of, you know, of penny stocks, and I was Googling a stock that I got from an email, and of course they were saying, warning, do not invest, penny stock scam, you know. And basically that's all they do is they track pumps and dumps. And they also track guys who are getting, you know, in trouble with the SEC. And a lot of these, I don't know if they're short sellers. They say they're not short sellers, but they got to be shorting some of this stuff. They got to be shorting some of this stuff. They're very good at predicting. I mean, practically everything they put up goes to zero. Practically everything they go up goes to zero. I don't like the fact that they have CETX up there. I don't like the fact that they have CTX up there as a pump and dump. I don't know how people see CTX as a pump and dump. But the guy's got CETX as a pump and dump. My CTBO is up there. I'm heavily short CTBO. Heavily short CTBO. Yeah, he shows the estimated book value per share next to the promo launch price. And I need to start learning how to do that, but finding book value per share myself, actually doing the math to find book value. I'm going to learn how to do that this weekend. Yeah, book value is a fund. You know, that's strictly fundamentals. But you can be way off on that too, because a company like Facebook is trading way above its book value. Luis, yeah, man, I'm gonna be having shows every day. I won't be having shows every day unless something comes up. You know, I'll let everybody know on Twitter. If you can't follow me on Twitter, if you guys have Twitter, free stock pick. That's my Twitter. I'll be able to let people know if something comes up or something like that. But other than that, yeah, I'll be doing shows every day. I'll be doing shows every day. Tomorrow I'm going to be making some videos and doing a lot of reading and studying tomorrow, because the weekends are my you know, of course, catch up with family, friends. But I got to get my reading in. I like at least 2 hours of just solid reading. Pop on the classical music and just go. You know, because that classical music, man, I've read some of the studies. That stuff gets you in the zone, and it works for me. When I pop on some classical music, start reading, no distractions, man. Another hot penny stock site is hotstock.com. Hotstock, I mean, if you can just ignore their damn annoying app that they keep pushing on people, they've got a really good site. They track only OTC stuff. They track only OTC stuff. They don't track really any NASDAQ stuff at all. They don't track any NASDAQ stuff, but I like their site because those guys update every day. You know, and they talk about OTC stocks. So for those people who play the triples and the doubles, and you know, you like those kind of companies, Hot Stock is definitely one of those good websites. But you know, they're gonna tell you the good and the bad. You know, they're gonna tell you the good and the bad. There's a stock that they talked about that struck my nerve. Relmada Therapeutics, RLMD. And, you know, like many pharmaceutical companies, they don't have any, you know, revenues. And for the most part, volume is shitty at best. But the company had like $11 million in cash. That's very rare for an OTC company trading in the pinks, you know. But you know, it's going down the gutter. It's going down the gutter. Yeah, you're gonna find a lot of pumps. A lot of pumps are gonna be on Hot Stock. Alex, you say you plan on paper trading for a month or so before you start trading real money? That's what's up, man. Just make sure you are using the amount of money that you would use on real life. You want to make it seem as realistic as possible. You want to be as realistic as possible. You know? Tapur, you said, what am I reading right now? The New Trading for a Living by Alexander Elder. It's on eBay for like $42, man. It's crazy. I mean, not on eBay, on Amazon, but you can download it for free on Pirate Bay or on Kick-Ass Torrents. Let me post a link for you. Yeah, it's like 42 something dollars or something, 45, something like that. And it's been out for a little while. It's been out for a little while, and it's like $45. It's like $45. Yeah, there's a copy. There's the link right there to the book, The New Trading for a Living, the 2014 edition. That one's like $47 or something ridiculous like that. Really good book, man. Really, really good book. Stock Market Logic by Norman G. Bobsback. Yeah, that's in, Luis, did you get that from like one of the torrents? Because that book is in one of the torrents that I have. I saw that one. I haven't opened it yet. Yeah, when you click open the link, if you got something like E-Trade or BitTorrent, you just click download torrent right up to by the name, and then your BitTorrent or your uTorrent will take it from there. $630. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
You
still there?
Yeah, 630. What's your name? Where are you calling from, man?
Hey, it's Sean from Pornography Tube. Your subscription expired today. Do you want to renew it?
Pornography Tube?
This phone number is linked to an account that just expired. Would you like to authorize a renewal?
Man, this is a...
It says here that you had a 3-month subscription.
Another clown, man. Another clown. Pornography Tube. I mean, at least get it right. You could have said Red Tube or something like that.